Are we live?
We are live.
Yay!
Hi, everyone.
Hi, beautiful people. You can intro us tonight.
Hi, I'm Joel. This is my lovely wife, Stephanie.
Hi, guys.
And welcome to this week's Tip from the Top's special edition Zoom. We answer questions with answers.
Hold on. Can you guys hear us? If you can, drop like a number 1 so we can see. I want to make sure.
I see one. I see
Okay,
yes. I
cool.
see ones.
All right, just making sure. This Zoom is going to be amazing.
Yeah, people were smiling.
Okay, cool.
So this week, actually today, you asked for questions and we got a bunch in. So we are ready to blow your mind by answering your questions.
So for those of you that don't know who we are Stefani and Joel Dunn, and we are the #1 earners of the company going on 5 years, which seems crazy that we've been there. And it's interesting because we almost always get the same questions. And so something that as we were on the road for the last 2 weeks, me and Joel have been out on the road. Some of you we've seen in person, some at the try-its. And it just made me go back to what really helps people so much is really answering your questions. And so what better way for you guys to really get those questions answered than right straight from us. We haven't just done something with just me and you on a Zoom in a while, and some of these questions are really good. So are you guys really, really ready for me to really answer these truthful? Some of you may like to hear what I have to say, and some of you may be like, but I would rather have you have a leader give you truth and honest, and that it's not always rainbows and sunshine, but how can we get through that? So if you're ready and you want these questions answered and you're ready to just blow it up and go up the charts, then I want to see you guys say yes. Okay. So I think they're ready. So a little bit back of,
I think they're ready.
Of who we are. Again, we're Joel and Stefani, and we've been in for 10 years. We started with nothing, guys. We literally were going through bankruptcy, really didn't have the money to join, but we always knew in our hearts that we wanted to make more money. I think we all do. I think there's a piece of us that, we all want more money and time freedom, and how do we get that? And we were searching for that. So one of the questions made me go back to, it was a question, and I'll have to find it, of how do we talk to potential distributors and get through that barrier of not having money? And so it's going to happen, guys. There's going to be people that we talk to that may not have the funds right then, but how do we get them to pull the trigger? And so one of the things for us, we just knew we had nothing else to lose, so why not do it? And so one of the things while I'm talking to new distributors is I let them know that the worst case scenario is you're going to get amazing products and you could stop in 2 to 3 weeks. Now, that's not what we want to do, right? But what it does is it gives them that kind of that relief of...
a sense of relief that they're not locked into something. The biggest fear word in the world is commitment. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that if you give them the way out ahead of time, they feel less likely that it's going to be hard for them.
Yeah. So that's just something as you're talking to them, always remember just to kind of let them know, hey, worst case, this is what could happen. Now, as you're talking to them, just say, I know you've watched me for a while. We've had a conversation. This might be a follow-up. If money wasn't an issue, would you join me? So let's qualify the people that you have talked to. And if money was no option, would you give this a try? And so that right there will also allow you to keep people on your friends list that would want to do business. So Facebook, Instagram, it's a business. So, is this something that you're going to treat it like a business? So if they're not going to do anything, you know what? Move on. Or will they be willing to do a host to post? So ask some questions to see if this is something that you really want them on your Facebook. So qualifying that lead. So that's kind of a money issue. I'm going to go back to it because I'm going to kind of do a rapid fire of these questions because there's about a 10 to 11. And I really want to make sure that I get these answered for you guys because it came straight from you. So it's going to be important. And I think overall this whole Zoom is going to be one to just go back and just listen to. So first question, and this is in no order, guys. So I may go back because something may trigger something, but really what I want you guys to do is get your mind right. When you join this business, some of us are just like, oh, we're going to tiptoe around. But what I want you to do is, for those of you that are on the Zoom, or maybe you're going to watch the replay, is this something that you really want to do, that you really want to make the money in? When you do decide, then all these questions, all these answers that you get are really going to help you. So how do you not lose focus, stay committed?
What?
Yes. How do you not lose focus? So this is something that is always it always comes up to us, something that we want to help you guys stay focused is charts. And so this is something that It Works has done, is where do I begin? For newbies, and for people that have been around, charts is really going to help you keep you focused on where you're going and what you need to do. And so what I want you to do is make sure that you have your chart out, but also your team's chart. Now, for those of you diamond and above, you may have a diamond leader that they get their team's charts out. But what if that diamond really isn't as active as you, and you are so hungry and you really want to rake up? What do? Reach down into your team and tell them, hey, I'm charting. Would you like a charting call with me? So for those of you that have, a couple diamonds, or you even feel like you've had a leader in and they've got some people, but you're just willing to dive down in, do it. If you have the time to do it and you're not really, recruiting like you want to right now, work with who you have, see who's willing to work with you on that. So teams charts, and then what you're going to do is you're going to break it down by month, by week, by day. This really keeps it so more pinpoint focus, that you know exactly what you want to do. And a lot of the questions were similar on time management. What do I do? And again, that's just, how bad do you guys want it? Are you willing to be the leader and be the one that's working with or without your team? And I think that that's something that, I do this all the time. I'm like, why does anybody want it as bad as me? I think we all have those moments and frustrations, but you know what? You're the leader, and you have to show them that you're there. You're showing up every single day, whether you feel like it or not. Like, guys, we are so tired right now that I'm surprised that my eyes are open. Flights got canceled yesterday. Life happened. We got home at like 4 a.m. It was crazy, but I think, gosh, I didn't have to show up for a real job. And so I'm still going to commit and show up to these Zooms, to these calls, to whatever I need to show you guys that I'm all in. And I still do the things that we need to do to get to work. So by breaking it down by month, by week, by day, you need a calendar. So if you don't have a calendar, go get one. It doesn't need to be anything fancy, or print off your monthly, just go in and Google a blank calendar. And that's what I used to do, just so I had those months ahead. And so don't just do this month, do August and September. Really start filling those maps in, because that's going to cast some vision. Because that's another question I get, is how do I cast vision? So if you're only limiting yourself to a couple weeks out, you're not casting far enough vision, right? So I want to do it by day, week, month, and the year. And so I'll kind of go backwards on that. So what is important to you? Your family is important. I know that. So many of you have kids and a family. So write those things down in that calendar that you just know that has to happen. Then you're going to write down power hour Zooms. Like, I want to be on every Sunday night call, every Monday night call. Write those in, and you're going to start to work around the things that are important to you. So, just evaluate that tonight. What do you want? And make sure that it's focused time too, because I know some people are just like, oh, I put in this time. Well, really, was it the work? So make sure that you're doing the time breakdown of adding new friends, reaching out to people, posting, doing videos, taking pictures, and Sunday, maybe you get the week prepped. So is that your day that you change 3 different outfits so that you have some pictures throughout the week? So while we were on vacation, I haven't posted everything. Joel, I think, posts everything all at once. But I'm like, all right, I've got some good photos and fun photos that I want to use throughout the next few weeks. And so, you know, you may think, gosh,
I didn't know you weren't supposed to post them all in one day.
She's constantly on vacation or something, you know, but really I want to show the things that we've been able to do or even go. And sometimes, you guys, it's just the park down the street that you just go and take some clear photos so that you have it for social media. So make sure that you're doing that. So commitment and focus, motivation. I think what you need to be is disciplined. And Joel and I talk about this a lot. And I just had a conversation this morning, you know, and some of you may feel like this too. It's like, gosh, I'm putting in the money, but I may not be getting back. Is it worth it for me to keep going? And I believe in this person. And I'm like, treat this business like a sport. If you've ever played sports, you're disciplined. You have to show up. There's going to be times that you're just like, man, I'm working so hard. I'm practicing so much, but is this really worth it? And athletes know that they're going to put in the work to get better and better. So when you committed to joining, we don't expect you to be a superstar, you know, right off the gate. So you have to practice. Yes, you may think that.
I do.
So that is an important thing. So you have to start practicing and taking photos. You have to know that they may suck and the words that you have may not be your best, but you're going to continue to get better. So when you know that, it frees you of feeling like you have to be perfect. So let's just start getting things up, being, I think, disciplined, and that I don't even think that focus is a good word, because I think discipline comes down to it. When you know what you want, you'll be focused enough, disciplined enough to do those focused actions. So that's good. So it's kind of the same thing as, how do you stay consistent? And that's probably the top question that we get. And so for you, you already know that I work for $1,000 a month. Some of you may not know that. If you were to tell me, you know, back then, well, you could make $10,000 a month or something, I'd be like, you're crazy. There's no way. But if I could just make $1,000 a month, then that's what I want. And I think for you, what is that number that you're looking for? What are you, again, willing to do? Maybe it's $200 a month. You know, I don't know what that number is, but if it's $200 a month, you have to be consistent. You have to show up. You can't just think about it and expect $200 to come in. But what I know is, when you help somebody, if you're messaging, if you're reaching out, if you're doing the work, the distributor will come, you're going to help them gather those customers, and boom, you're going to earn a fast start. So maybe that's one every 2 weeks that you're really looking for. So make sure you guys are writing that stuff down, because if you don't know what you want, you're not going to get there, because you're going to put it on the back burner. You're not going to stay consistent with the work that goes along with it. So consistency is key to this. I show up to my job every day, whether I like it or not. And
if you were consistently going to work, would your boss continue to let you work there? No, he'd fire you. So you are your own boss. Should you fire yourself right now? Think about that. Based on your showing up, should you be firing yourself, or would you give yourself a raise? One of the interesting things about consistency is they've asked millionaires and billionaires, how did they become so successful? And they said that they found a handful of things, just a half dozen things that create money in their business. And then they consistently did those half dozen things over and over and over and over again. Well, guess what? We know we have to help a distributor join. We have to help them get 4 customers. And then we have to build rubies. Guys, if that's all you do, as boring as that sounds, you will become very, very, very wealthy. So that's how we're able to be consistent, because guess what? It really is simple. It's not easy all the time. Sometimes it's hard, but it's simple. So if you're just going to do something simple, it's easy to be consistent, because guess what? I don't have to go out and try and do 15 other things to help grow my business. We've narrowed it down to just a couple things, you know, posting, messaging, asking, posting, messaging, asking.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And, you know, expanding your network by going out and finding more people.
I think this is something that really, again, I asked you guys if I could be honest and upfront and, talk to you like, okay, this is it. You guys got to hear what I have to say. And so looking back, you all can stay consistent when things are going good. It's when things are hard that you decide, I'm not going to be consistent anymore. And those are going to make you or break you. And why I say that is because you slow down on planting the seeds. You slow down on believing in yourself. You may get out of rhythm. And once you're out of rhythm and momentum, it's tough to get back in it. Now you can get back in it because I'm always going and teaching people that all the time. But the consistent discipline that you need is what's going to keep you going. And so what I look back at, and I've been doing this for 10 years. So it's no surprise when we see, January, February, March, April is just a boom time because people are looking for weight loss. They're looking for extra money. It's just New Year's resolutions, right? And right now people aren't really necessarily looking at that. So if you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm doing the same things that I was doing, but it's not coming to me as fast as I want it to, it's normal. It's okay. You still have to do the consistent actions because you're planting the seeds. And I think that as you're in this, the longer you're in it, you're going to look back and go, wow, I was planting a lot of seeds in November, December, and boom, they were watching me, and January, February, March, they sprouted. You've got to reap that harvest. And so do you guys understand that? You always want to be planting those seeds. So what it also makes me think about is understanding social media algorithms, because we get this question a lot, is Facebook algorithms are killing me. Oh my gosh, no, you can't get a vowel. Are killing me right now. I want you to know this. Do not look at your comments and do not look at your likes, okay? It will be the defeat of you. But I want you to be consistent in doing that. And how do we break through and get some things that will work? And so one of the things that I'm doing on Instagram, if any of you follow me, every once in a while in my story, I will have a big, I will put a poll on there. And so if you don't understand what a poll is, make sure that you go to Instagram and you really learn Instagram. And we have some videos that you should be able to watch on that. But make it so big that people click on it no matter what it is. It doesn't need to necessarily be It Works post. It can be an outfit, whatever, but get them to click on it, because what that does is that will actually boost your posting too. So Facebook looks at like, well, they just did a poll. People are liking that poll. Okay. So that's just something you don't need to do all the time, but also they clicked it, and no matter if it's like a regular It Works post or a normal, just like this burger, cheeseburger, or hamburger, or whatever, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to the names. And so the next one I might do might be a big It Works poll or question. And I will message every person, even if they're public or private. And I probably message some of you that are on my Zooms, and that's okay. Shows that I'm asking you guys. But what I like to do is I like to say, hey, did you mean to click on my poll? I'd love to give you more info. And so it opens the door for a conversation, because I want to know, did they mean to click it or not? And what happens is they're going to answer that generally. Usually it's like 80% of people are going to just be nice and say, yes, I meant to comment or click the poll, or no, I didn't. But what it's doing is creating conversations, is opening a door. Or they may go, I don't even know what you do. Oh, well, let me show you something. If I throw this post up, would you mind throwing this post up for me so you can see? If you can post, you can do what I do. So, that's just something to push through, I think, with algorithms. And again, I don't stress about it. I don't look at it. I make sure every day. And if you're in the Legendary page, you guys know I just posted a power hour template, like the first 10 minutes or the first 5 minutes of your day. When you wake up, go and wish people happy birthday, and actually inbox them and post on their wall. Because do you guys check inboxes or your wall more? Probably your inbox, or you look through that. So make sure that you're doing that and going and seeing if It Works or not It Works, and really do you need to engage in some stuff. So making sure that you're creating friends. If you guys have a team or you're just getting started and you want to post in team pages, hey, can a few of you go like my page or like my post, whether it works or not, that will help Facebook start to see things too. So make sure you guys are doing that. If you don't, I posted on my wall maybe a week or two ago this book, and I got it from Target, and you guys can go on Amazon or whatever, but it's called Insta Style. And what I love about it is it gives you the how-to of really utilize Instagram. Kind of like the Insta do's and the don'ts, like use your stories, tag locations, stick with the theme. Don't wear super oversized sunnies. Don't wear big chunky wedges or see-through tops. That's just like a grid, example of what they would do. But it even gives you key apps that you would want to use for building on social media. So you guys, I don't want to scare you, if you're brand new and thinking, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do yet. This is something that you're going to learn. Again, remember, you're not going to know it all overnight, but if you're willing to do these steps and these actions, you're going to get better and better. So I love that book. It just shows a couple things that you're going to use to get better. Now, I know Allie asked this question specifically about Facebook and algorithms, and, we do a lot of host to post with product and stuff. And so for those of you that don't know, me and Joel have a team of people that work for us. And we did this to free up some time and to be able to get things that we may not know, that we're not experts in, to give our feedback. And so we have somebody that knows a lot on social media, reads articles, keeps us up to date. And one of the things was about algorithms, Allie. And I want you guys to know, if you're posting, and Joel, you can explain that a little bit. That was my question to you. Can you explain to them, does it really affect personal, or is this more business related?
So basically what Allie's question was is the new wording that you have to have for health claims, because Facebook is cracking down on claims. And the thing is that it really doesn't affect normal people. It is targeted towards business. So if you have a business or if you have a page and you're running ads, then yes, that kind of stuff is very specific, and you have to start looking at what's getting ads approved or denied. As far as the algorithm for personal pages and personal posts are concerned, there's not really much in there, because of the fact that why would they be scouring hundreds of millions of pages that have nothing to do with business, kind of how we get in under the radar for business claims. That's why they push everybody to have business pages, is because that's where businesses are supposed to be. We are a special animal, so we kind of circumvent that a little bit. So it will not hurt any of the algorithms to share host to posts, to use the stuff that corporate's already created, because of the fact that they're just not looking for it. Now, if you're running ads and doing stuff like that, it's a completely different ballgame, because now you have to fall in line with what they're actually pushing through in order to see your stuff.
So something that also, for those of you that feel like, okay, I'm doing host to post, I'm doing those things that I was doing at the beginning of the year. Again, remember our season of the business right now. So people are looking and searching for weight loss or stuff a little bit more, actually a lot more, in January, February, March. Okay. So you have to know your business. Just like I use this old kind of, comparison, is the tanning salon. Like if you owned a tanning salon, the winter months or the colder months when there's no sun, at least in the north, they're going to get used a heck of a lot more than during the summer. Do they shut their doors? No, they're still running ads. They're still doing things to keep their business going. So you have to do those things and understand that. So you still want to do the host to post, but I'm going to give you one at the end that's going to flip it for you guys. So it's more distributor driven. That won't talk about product, and I'll flip it and show you how I get people to get their customers. And I think that will really help you guys kind of feel like, okay, I'm getting some good feedback with that. So
that's called a in-Zoom cliffhanger.
Oh boy. Yeah. So another thing that you can do on kind of the algorithm, the Facebook, how do you break through? is making sure, and this drives me insane because I finally figured it out and I wasn't realizing this, is two different things for me on Facebook was always check your privacy settings. And I would recommend when you're having somebody host a post for you that they set it to public, that everyone can see it. Just let them know, hey, once you post this, can you just go in and check your settings just to make sure everybody sees it. A few people have had it where it just bounces back and it's just to their friends. Okay, so make sure you guys write that down. It's a quick, just double check after you get them to post it. The other thing that I would also do is in your Facebook stories, the same thing. It was only showing my friends. It wasn't showing all of public. And I was like, what the heck? Because I was like, I'm hardly getting anybody to see my Facebook stories and Instagram stories at like thousands. I don't understand. It's the same stories. And so I was like, I need to check my settings. So make sure you check on your Facebook stories as well. And I would recommend doing this at least once a week for yourself, or if you feel like you just need to double check it. I'm always double checking that now. So make sure that you're doing that. And the more that you comment and like on other people's posts, you know, obviously the more that they see it. Less words is better. And sometimes just a picture works. So I'm going to do a couple of those this week on my Facebook of just a picture. Like Joel's was so good about the salary, you know, and you guys can even use that picture. I don't care, or make your own, create your own. But he took his salary and put it in the shaker and just asked, and you can go on his page and look, a couple questions or really a couple words, and it boosted his Facebook. So make sure that you're just doing some fun, simple things like that. But I think that will help Allie overall. I think people just think, oh gosh, and it's not just, you know, you feeling like it's you, it's all of Facebook. Okay. So I know that may not make you feel better because you want to get to these higher ranks and, you know, that kind of stuff, but knowing that, okay, you can breathe, it's normal. Social media is not the only way to do business, guys. So
you want to know how to crush the algorithms? Go out into real world life and talk to people.
It's scary.
Because
so
there's
scary.
no algorithm for that. They can't stop you.
Yeah.
Now, what's weird is when you go out and you talk to somebody and you come back and all of a sudden there's an ad for you for whatever you were talking about on your social media. I still haven't figured that one out yet. So go out and talk to people about it works, and hopefully your ad will show up on their Facebook when they get home.
Well, and what's crazy, guys, is even if you look at Pam, you know how many thousands of people follow her, and she has a couple hundred likes, and sometimes she has more. So it's not being frustrated or looking at, you know, the likes or the comments, but still doing it anyway. And that'll keep pushing you through, and then going back through and doing the ask and doing some fun things. So that's what I think we want to do, is just create more of the stories and the life like that. Which goes to, I think too, is growing your network. So this is a good question. And how do you grow your network? Well, before social media, I had to talk to people. And so I would actually say to them, I would give them a business card because we didn't have coupons back then. And I would say, hey, I'm doing a drawing for a free wrap giveaway. Would you like to be entered to win it? And I would get their information. So you guys can do that still to this day. Go out and be like, you know what? I'm going to walk around and look for 10 people. If you're at the beach, at the park, if you're at the dentist, you know, grocery store, whatever, challenge yourself to go, you know what? I'm going to give out 5 of my business cards or 5 of my coupons and just say, hey, we do a weekly or a monthly giveaway, or maybe you want to give them a free product or a sample, and just say, hey, I know you're probably busy, but I've got 1 sample left. Would you be willing, you know, would this be something that you'd be interested in? I've got weight loss, beauty products. You know, if I get your Facebook or phone number, or email, whatever you want to get, then get their contact. That just grew your network. If you can get them right there on Facebook, say, hey, I do some fun things on Facebook. Let's become friends now. I promise it won't drive you crazy, but, you know, with beauty and weight loss and energy, everybody loves to win free stuff. So that's just another way of getting people outside of social media onto your social media and really cross breeding the two. So that's a good thing.
The thing that you need to do is you need to practice what is called the 7-foot rule whenever you are out. This is very important when you're first starting your business because of the fact that it helps you kind of get out of your shell. But when you are out and about, everybody within a 7-foot radius of you should know what you do. whether that's because you have a network shirt on, you have a lanyard on, you've got something on your purse, you've got something on your hat. People ask you, what is that thing?
What are you drinking?
What are you drinking? Mm-hmm. You know, be a walking billboard that causes people to ask questions. And then when they don't, you bring it up. And one of the easiest ways that I've found how to bring up a conversation with new people that you've never met before is by asking the question, what do you do for a living? Mm-hmm. And then be quiet and wait patiently. Ask them questions. Then what normally happens, because it's a human trait to re-ask the question, they will ask you, what do you do? I'm glad you asked. And then throw up on them. No, not really, but.
I think, I love the answer of I'm a professional networker or I'm a social media influencer. I actually get paid to post. Have you ever heard of It Works? Some simple, just a couple things that make them go, you get paid to post. People see me traveling and they're like, how do you do that? I love that with It Works that we can do this anywhere, anytime, and right from our phone. And we still are talking to people and still earning money. And so make sure that they know, oh, I've heard of social influencer or like a blogger, but I get paid more and I can create the hours that I want. And so make sure you guys, tonight, write down that little, whatever you want to call yourself, a brand ambassador, social influencer, professional networker, just some things, because people are going to go, well, what company or what do you mean? And so again, it's getting those questions started. And that's the key is talking to people, networking. And so building that network, and you can do that a couple different ways. The post that I'll give you at the end will probably open that door to add more to your network as well. So bear with me on that because there's just a few more questions.
There it is again.
I know, it's going to be good. But also you guys can do expos. Go to the farmer's market. Go, hey, I see that you make your own jams and jellies. I have an online business too. I would love to partner with you. Maybe we can do some things back and forth. Do you have a social media that I could, say I love the way the strawberry jam is, and they do a post for you? Does that make sense? You guys are all going to go to the flea market or Whole Food markets or whatever now and get people's information, because it really is all around us. It's how bad do you want this? Are you willing to go and do things outside of just, I think, the computer screen? And sometimes you guys would be so surprised taking some live videos of walking down the street, just doing some fun things that drive people in. And so I love doing a little bit more of that. So that's kind of a few things that can help grow your network. I got that one. So I did that one. I'm good. So how do you bounce back and crush goals after like a car accident, or, mom was sick or you were sick or life just happens, right? And so this is a great question because it's always going to happen. There's always going to be unexpected things that are going to happen. And so what this does is it gets you back to being consistent and focused on your calendar. And so if you can do more on certain days, load that up. Understand that, yesterday it was unexpected that we were going to be delayed, that we were going to be stuck on a plane, that we wouldn't have internet. There's going to be things that happen, but did I do work before or after? Can I do that? Do I have a window in there where I know I'm going to hit a goal even though a whole day could mess up? Do you guys have those in your calendars? And I think that's important. And I've always done that.
And I want to answer this one too, because of the fact that the amazing part about this business is the flexibility. Mm-hmm. It ebbs and flows with your life. But I want to specifically talk about this part here. So if something happens in your life, like a family member passes away or a tragedy strikes, something happens, and you're out of the game for 2 to 3 weeks because you've been dealing with the mess. Mm-hmm. How do you regain momentum? It's very, very simple. Do what you were doing before, just 3 times as much. And the reason why I say that is because when you were going before, you had momentum built up from months and months and months of you doing stuff. But that moment that you take that time off, here's the thing. There is no coasting uphill. If you're pushing a boulder uphill and you want to stop and you get out of the way, where is it going to go? It's going to roll back down the hill. So all of the work that you did for months on end that got you to where you were will start sliding back. So the only way to do that again is to pick up that boulder and push it harder and faster so that you can get it over the point that you were at before. That doesn't mean that the world is going to end, because you can do this multiple times. You can get into momentum, get out of momentum. The way that you have to get yourself back into momentum is by doing more and doing it faster, because that's what's going to bring speed back in.
Well, and also, you guys, is deciding again. I think sometimes we think, oh, because I let it go for a month, I'm done. You quit. When all it is restarting where you're at and going back to your team and having them accountable, going, okay, are you in? The other thing too, guys, is, reach out to your team. Maybe they don't know that you're there for them, or, letting us know as your leader that you're all in. I think, I always tell you guys that I'm here for you guys. Got to ask. I don't know how to help you if you don't ask questions. And so that's really why I wanted to do a Q&A. It allows me to go, okay, they have the questions. They need to answer it. If I answer your question, you've got to put in the work though. Don't just ask a question and I give you something to do and you don't do it. You're going to be in the same position. And I don't want you there. I want you to push through those barriers. Cause I do that too. There's days where I'm just like, man, can it be this hard today, and am I ever going to get through it? Or it's just one of those days. And so we all have those, and I think just knowing that, so make sure that you guys know you can start today and really go for it. But going back to the beginning of being disciplined to put in the work, knowing what you want, how bad do you want it, with or without your team, and rely on yourself to do the work. Your team will start to show up because they see your passion, they see it, and they want it. And one of the questions, and I'll go back to it, was, how do you build a rocking team helping others see the vision before you have made it to diamond, while others have watched you and they see that you haven't hit diamond yet? I love this question because I wasn't a diamond right from the beginning. I started as a brand new distributor, and I spoke I'm almost diamond for a long time. I'm almost double I was at double forever. So speaking triple, I felt like I was saying that forever, a couple of years, So making sure that there's going to be people that are going to watch, and they may not join you for 7-8 years. I don't care. I'm going to keep going. They're not going to that person is going to hold me back from going diamond. And so when you let that go, you will keep going, and you will find the right people for your business at that time. And so I didn't care. I decided I'm going with or without them. And some of them quit on me. Actually, I got to double diamond, you guys, and everybody quit. And I was like, I don't understand. Where did you all go? Now, I had customers. I had some volume. I was doing those things. But I was like, I don't care. I'm going to find new, and I'm going to help them. And then if they want to come back, or people did, I was willing to work where they were at. And so.
Time out.
Yes.
Okay, guys, you guys may have missed something that she just said like 4 times in that statement without even actually saying it. The answer to the question of how to build a rocking team is to always ask more people. She said that 4 times in that sentence in different ways. She had to go out and find new people. Well, that's going out and asking more people. If you're not hitting your goal, it's because you're pretty much just not asking enough people. Mm-hmm. Stefani is always asking more and more and more and more people. That is how you continue to grow, is by always asking more. And that's the key part of what she was just saying. Mm-hmm. Time in.
Okay. And it just, I think, I wanted it so badly, and I want it for my team as bad as, more so, I think, than myself. And so I'm willing to do the things for people, but you've got to show up too. So, be there for them. Make sure that they know, hey, message me. I love it when people are messaging me and they're excited, but also knowing, hey, I'm doing these things. It's not working. Maybe you can take a look at something. So, that's what team pages are for. Encouraging one another. You guys, we're all here to encourage and lift people up. So if you're feeling like, hey, I need a few likes on this post, can somebody just go like it? Go back and forth, start creating the community together. That's what we're here to do. And so again, be a professional asker. It's always asking. And this reminded me last night when we were like, we don't have anybody to pick us up. There's no Ubers around. We have to ask somebody. And I'm kind of going to throw Joel under the bus, but not, because I love him. He does not like to ask. He does not. It doesn't matter what it is. I was like, hey, just go over there and ask that person. I will ask anybody, any question, anytime, anywhere. It works related, not it works related. I am not afraid to ask for directions. I'm not afraid to go, I'm going to skip in line because this line looks faster. I'm going to just charge, plow forward. I guess I am a rhino in that sense. But Joel didn't really want to. I had to kind of push him a little bit to go, hey, go ask that person. I would have just walked right over there and asked and said, where do we get a taxi? He walked over there. Within a matter of seconds, she called, a taxi was right up because we asked. Instead of trying to figure things out, fumbling around, we just asked the question. And so sometimes I think with this business too, we're doing the posting, we're doing the movements, but we're not really following through and asking, or we're not following back through that person 5, 6, 7 times, 10 times, however much it takes. So, again, be a professional asker in your life, not just at work. And so once you start seeing that and expecting to get the answer that you want, it's going to start happening in all areas of your life. I walk in, I'm going to be treated VIP. I'm going to show up. It's just going to happen. And it does, because that's what I want. And so what do you guys want? Start acting like that. Start feeling it. Start believing it. Start praying about the right people that you want and start being that person that you want and attracting, and watch kind of what happens. So I think that's such a good question, because I had to be a diamond before I was a diamond. And so I followed leaders that had already been diamonds. So watch a diamond, a double diamond. What are their traits? How much are they posting? Are they doing stories consistently? Are they on the calls? Do you see their name on the Zooms? That's who's showing up. It's generally the leaders, the people that want it. And they're going to soon find out that what happens is you're going to hit diamond, and then there's going to be people that want to join your team when you hit diamond. And that's okay. It doesn't matter. You just got to continue to do the work, almost like prove them wrong, right? So kind of have that attitude of, not everybody is nice, and I don't understand that, why it's no different. And that's okay, because we're going to network and we're going to find people. Find strangers. They can't judge you. I totally did that at the beginning. I just was like, I need to make money. I'm willing to do the work. I don't care what it is. And I was willing to talk to strangers because they didn't know my backstory. They didn't know we were going through bankruptcy, that we were standing in food lines. But I knew that I could help somebody with weight loss, with a wrap that sees results in 45 minutes. And if they're feeling depressed like I was, I could help them. And I have a way for them to make extra money too by getting great results. So you guys have your hands on. Who doesn't want that, right? So gosh, I feel like everybody should do that. So hopefully you guys see that, believing that it's going to happen. I don't know when. I didn't know when I was going to hit diamond, double, triple. I knew it in my heart that it was going to happen. And when you have that in, nothing is going to take it away from you. And so making sure that you have that. So that was a good question. So how do you get new DTs started and keep them on fire? I wish I could keep you all on fire. Believe me. I wish I had could go through and be like Joel's flamethrower and be like, oh, I just lit you all on fire. But, I think that just comes from, we need a win at the beginning. And okay, sometimes, people are so excited, they join, and then where do they go? I'm like, hello. And I wish I had a magic, something to give you on that, but it's communication. So as we're talking to the new distributor, we know that communication is key. Being a friend. Can you meet with them in person? Can you do a FaceTime? What can you do that will help them see the vision and help them believe that they can do this? And so one of the things that I think that they need to see right away is throwing up their first posts. And so I usually have them do a host to post. whether they get anything or not, I want them to start doing what I tell them to do. Like if that's the first thing they do and they're doing it, they're going to start seeing how to talk to people that, oh my gosh, that was so easy. And that they can ask other people to do the exact same thing. And I really feel like, asking people, hey, could you do me a favor? And then them throwing up a post takes the pressure off of them, off of you being a salesperson. Because I think that's the biggest fear is, I don't want to be a salesperson, right? I don't want them to think I'm driving them crazy. But we have such a great opportunity. And so when it's off of you, it's easier. And so make sure that you guys are doing some of that, maybe getting them a win. Who do you know that I need to talk to? Right? Who do I need to do? Do a 3-way call. I've been doing a lot of 3-way calls with people. So if you need me or if you need your sponsor to do a 3-way call, or maybe your sponsor's fairly new, find that diamond leader or somebody in that group that can do a 3-way call with you, because there is somebody in your tree that wants you to have success. And I'm going to throw this out because I can see her right now, but Rachel Johnson was so far down in our downline, and she continually showed up, reached out, and I treat her like she's my personally enrolled, and I will always do that. And so, there's somebody that matters that's wanting this that we don't know. So make sure you're reaching out. And if you don't know who that upline is, call corporate and say, help, who is my diamond upline? And maybe it's me. I don't know. Our team is so large, but there's people here that really want to help you. So that is something I would definitely make sure. But communication, if you're enrolling, maybe it's one distributor a month, you have time to drive them crazy, right? Like, let's get going. How can I help you? I know that you said you wanted to make $500 a month. We need to get you posting and confident. So let me start helping you do some of these, posting the stories, screenshotting how to talk to people. It goes both ways. So make sure that they know that they have you. And a team page. Again, maybe you guys are both fairly new, but going in and asking for team support. And if somebody doesn't ask the question again, put it back up, because we're all on at different times. And I want to make sure that you guys know that. So really it's getting that win. How can we get them their first customer? I think that's really kind of exciting, because once they have it, it's like, okay, well, you need to make sure that you're logged in because you want to get paid on that customer, right? So then they're more engaged. The more that we can be engaged right from the beginning, the better off it is. Now, you may have more time this time of the year to talk and to be, help them, guide them, chart with them, whatever that is. So make sure you're doing those right things. And I went back and, we met with people over the last couple of weeks, one-on-ones, even dinners and stuff. And it's community, guys. I think, for me, I care about you. I hope that when you meet me in person, even on a Zoom, that you see that I truly care about you. I believe that, you have the ability to do this. We're nothing special, but we decided that we wanted to do this, and we have the product to help people feel good. So many of you have used the product and look completely different, skinnier, healthier, more fit. I see Katrina, she's like, yes. And I see your husband killing it too. Like, I just see so many people looking amazing, and what a great feeling to be able to, maybe I was here to help. I see Brad in the background. He's all looking good. He's probably drinking collagen or something. Anyway, but we truly want you guys to know that we want your success more than anything. And so I hope that you feel that through Zooms, but especially one-on-one. So if you have people local, or again, go to your team page and go, is anybody within a couple hours, maybe we can meet up. Again, it's asking those questions. So make sure that you're really doing that. And this, because we were at Disney, I had a couple quotes, and one of the quotes, this is when I say we're nothing special, is this was a Disney quote. You must not let anyone define your limits because of where you come from. Your only limit is your soul. And that's from Gusto from Ratatouille, or however you say that. But I thought, gosh, that makes such sense to me on don't let anyone define your limits. Take the limits off you. Get better every single day. Go back through and do the action steps to get you to where you want to be. And
don't let yourself be the limit to yourself. I think that's one of the things too, is sometimes we were brainwashed growing up that we've got a certain amount that we're able to do, don't let something that was said over you when you were younger hinder you from the greatness that God called you to do today. That was just Satan getting in at an early age to teach you and make you believe a lie so that you wouldn't become the greatest that you were meant to be. Mm-hmm. And once you realize that and you lift that off, the sky is the limit.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you guys, this was for me that, back in 6th grade, I was hit over the head by a teacher. I was asked to answer a question in front of the classroom, and I didn't know the answer, and he hit me over the head with a book and called me stupid. I will never forget that, and I have like ADD so bad. Like, it's crazy. Like, for me to just focus is difficult. So that's why I'm calendar. I have to be super focused on what I do. And I was like, okay, I'm not smart in school. Can this define me? So for a long time, speaking in front of people, doing those things, I thought, what am I going to do in life? I didn't go to college, didn't do those things. And I could have went down 2 different paths. And, I didn't sign up for It Works to be a leader and to lead people and to talk in front of people. That's still, that teacher lingers behind me. And so anytime I speak in front of people, it is scary to me, because I think, am I going to say the wrong thing or do something that won't help somebody when all I want to do is give you guys everything? And so we all battle something, but I am so glad that I pushed through those hard times, because I wouldn't have the freedom to do what we want to do. So make sure that you take those off. That was so good. So making sure that we get that new DT started, but really we need a new DT, right? So where do you begin? Where do you even start? And so, maybe you're like, okay, I really want a DT this week. I really want that distributor. Some of you may have a code. Some of you may not. If you don't have a code and you want to purchase the green carpet live stream, go in and buy that, and you're going to get a code to enroll a distributor for $49. So if you see my story, it's because I have a code, and the kits are $49 with the $50 code. Now, if you don't, that's okay, because it's still $99, and you're going to get over, I always say, 160, 150 in free product. Worst case, you're going to get amazing product, but you're going to have a chance to get a $10,000 bonus. Would you like to go after that? Again, worst case, not. A friend of mine suggested I message you and saw something in you. So maybe you have a mutual friend and say that to them. Okay. So opens the door for communication. Maybe you see them and see that they're a mom, or there's something there that you just see they're positive. Let them know, hey, this is crazy, but I have to ask you a question. There's a $10,000 bonus going on right now. Our company's never done anything like that. Are you open to post on Facebook or Instagram and get paid for it and maybe hit that $10,000 bonus? So those are some things that you can do to offer it. If you're not offering it, they don't know. Worst case, they're not gonna open their message, or they're gonna not answer you back. But you can just follow back up with them and say, hey, I'm gonna drive you crazy because I just know there's something there. Okay, so make sure that you're doing that. We've got 9 days left to make sure that they've never done this before, you guys. They have until November 30th to get a $10,000 bonus. The new charts have been updated. Take time to maybe do a video and introduce yourself and say, hey, this is Stefani. I'm a brand ambassador for a company called It Works. Have you ever heard of that? I post on Facebook and Instagram, and I actually get paid to help people. Would you be interested in learning how I do that? I can just throw you over a post and show you how to do that. So you can do it through video. You can do it through messaging, anything that you want to do with that. So that's kind of how I would get them to seal the deal, or to get them a conversation. Now, to seal the deal on the distributors, let them know, hey, I only have one coupon left if you have a coupon, or hey, the $99 kit with the $10,000 bonus is going to be done on July 31st. Is this something you're interested in? I'd love to just have you throw up a post just to see what you get, if this is something you want. Or do you need to wait on a certain day to get paid? Because sometimes people won't answer because they're afraid to tell you they don't have money. And so I like to make sure that they know, hey, it's okay if you get paid on Friday. We can always get your information now and then process your kit on Friday. So give them that option. If they're just like, I'm so broke, I don't know what to do. Again, at the beginning of the Zoom, I said to them, if it didn't cost you anything, would you get started with me? If they say yes, give them a host to post to throw up so that they can see that there's people wanting it. Because if they have customers immediately, they're going to get paid immediately. So they're going to find a way to get that $100 to become your distributor. The other thing is we had Craigslist, guys. We sold things to make money. I sold stuff all the time on Craigslist. Go through things that you're just like, I don't need this. I'm going to be able to buy something better that I want because of it works. So it kind of goes twofold, right? You're going to sell some things to get started, and then you're going to earn the money to get something new. So make sure that you're doing that. And then, can you just read that real quick? Mm-hmm. Are you reading it?
I already did.
Is it?
You're fine.
Okay. Okay, so that's kind of a couple things on, I think I got all of the questions pretty much answered, except for the really good one, which we're going to give you the post, because I know you guys always love me giving you something to do. I know, and this was a long Zoom for us, so I'm glad, but I really, again, wanted to make sure that you guys got your questions answered. And again, it's nothing that you don't know. It's just getting in the habit of being disciplined to do it and being a professional asker and thinking outside the box and making your own power hour and really doing the work and being excited about what we have our hands on. But before we end, because this was my quote that I was like, all right, this is good. I know I'm going to hold you off for one more. I feel like Mark, like, hold on. I'm going to give it to you. But while we're at Disney, I just feel like it's such a place to really expand your mind and just look at things like this guy built an incredible place to feel good, to dream, to do the impossible. And this was something that's always asked. It's asked to us and it's asked to him. And so it was asked to Walt. People often ask me if I know the secret of success and if I could tell others how to make their dreams come true. My answer is you do it by working. That's what he said. That is his quote. And I think most people don't even realize that was a Walt Disney quote. And so we can give you all the training. We can give you all the secrets. But if you don't take the action, you're not going to get anywhere. And so we want you to take mass action. Do those things. If you have to tweak things, make sure that you let us know, hey, I did the work. We want to know how much you did, because that'll help gauge us too and what you want to get to. But because of that working quote, this is what I'm going to have you do, and what I feel like is working for people, breaking the algorithms, and getting you guys distributors. Because a lot of you always think, oh, Stephanie, you get consistent distributors. I think that's a key. I don't get massive amounts. I'm consistent with it. But what I do is I'm always talking about business. I'm always talking about the money side. The products, people see that we take them. They know that I'm posting, I'm doing all that. But I think what we should do is do a host to post on business. And so that's not talking about claims or anything. So Allie, I really think this will be a good one for you, and how we can get distributor signups higher for you guys. So I'll say this slowly, unless Joel wants to type it, or somebody can type fast. Perfect. So it would be, again, making sure that you're going into your Facebook and your Instagram friends and just saying, hey, could I ask you a favor? And they're going to say, sure. And would you mind throwing this post up for me? I'm actually looking for a few people to make some money. So I will send them this. Hey, friends, my friend Stefani is looking for 3 ladies who want to work from their phone. It's part-time social media work, and you can earn $200 to $2,000 a month. No experience is needed. Comment below, and she can send your info. So make sure tonight or tomorrow, within the next day, go take a picture of you, or somebody take a picture of you on your phone, show something like you're working, and have them post that picture of you on your phone, okay? So that's showing that it's social media. And all that's doing is, again, opening the door. People are always looking for extra money. And again, it's getting into your friends list. And so usually what I do with a new distributor is do the customer first, the host to post, but I think I might start with this one first and then go back to the customer and just see what way it goes. So I think that if you do this, you're going to see people. Again, it's not that person asking for them to join their team or to make extra money, is it? It's somebody else doing the posts for you that's breaking and getting into different people's feeds. And so this is working, or I wouldn't be sharing that with you. And the worst case is maybe they're like, oh, well, I don't have the money to start up, or I'd love to. Like, what are you doing? Share a quick video of just say, hey, I know that you were interested. You commented on your friend's post. Have you heard of It Works? If you can post, you can do what I do. Are you interested? And so I don't say a whole lot. I always ask, if you can post, you can do what I do, right? Because that's what we're really doing, is posting, sharing, answering questions. And so we don't want to overwhelm them and be like, you need to know all these products, you need to know all the business, because that's what our job is. The longer we're in, or your upline is there, your team page is there to help you answer those questions when they have them. And so really letting them know, if you can post, you can do what I do. I'm going to send you an example post. Let's throw it up on your wall and see what you get. And I'm going to help answer to see if this is for you. Now that's where you can do a product post, is that person that was interested in the business. So you're now cross pollinating, I guess, into multiple friends of Facebook and Instagram. So that's just something I would do this. I want to see what you guys get. We really wanted to do a power hour Zoom and be like, all right, the first 5 people that get a distributor, we're going to give you $100. So we may do that this week because we love to give money away. So why not? I have it. So Joel's typing this out so that you guys can see it. But I just want you guys to know, I appreciate you getting on the Zoom, staying with me for a whole hour, because this is like way over what I usually do. But I want you guys to have success. So staying focused, staying disciplined through the summer, knowing that the 10,000 is going to go away the end of this month. We've got a new product with the salary, making sure that you're using that. But I hope that by me answering some of those questions for you guys, that it really helped. There was a lot more questions too, but we'll continue to do some Q&As as we get going. But Joel, did you get that posted?
I did.
Okay, we're going to do a quick picture. So make sure I see your faces. I'm not as tan as I was 2 weeks ago, thank goodness. But all right, hold on. Are you going to take a picture? All right, I see all your beautiful faces. Are you ready? 1, 2. Cute. I'll take a couple. We'll scroll. All right, got it. All right. Thank you guys. If you guys, if anything jumped out to you, please let us know, because we want to make sure that we're adding value, we're getting those questions answered for you, and that you guys go have an amazing week. We'll see you next week, Monday, unless I throw something out that we'll do some fun power hour Zoom, and maybe I'll give you guys some cash. So that's fun too. But thank you. Have a great week and get to posting. Bye, guys.